The Caucasian leaders of this world have motives for falsely portraying prophecy as history. And we're going to consider this from another book, which I believe I quoted several messages ago, from this book called The Mythic Past, dealing with biblical archaeology in the myth of Israel. If there was an example of a story accepted as history because we needed it, the complex story of David provides it. If there had been no united monarchy, there could not have been an historical Israel as the Bible understands it. The very idea of a history of Israel presupposes the united monarchy's existence. But this is also to say that if there was no united monarchy, then our understanding of the Bible has to change. And I concur. Our understanding of the Bible as given to us by our mortal enemies, the enslavers of humanity, the Caucasian people, has to change. Now, since this is not history and cannot be proven to ever be history, then how is this prophecy of David uniting the two nations, Israel and Judah, fulfilled at this time, since this is the time of its fulfillment? Again, according to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, David is another title of the Messiah. So when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said to the Honorable Louis Farrakhan when he first met him in a significant way, and this history is accounted from the words of the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, you can find it in The Time and What Must Be Done, where he describes that dinner meeting with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad over the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's home, where he whispered into his ear, "You remind me of David." So let us consider this in light of what we previously quoted from Revelation 5 of the vision of John the Revelator, or in this case, Yaqub. We're going to repeat it again. "And I wept much because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the seven seals thereof." Now, the narratives of the Gospels only have Jesus inferring that he was sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel in fulfillment of the advent of the Messiah. However, the Gospels do not show Jesus delivering the children of Israel from their oppressors and establishing them in a land of their own in accordance with the prophecies of the Old Testament. In fact, the New Testament does not give us a clear expectation that this will ever happen. Yet the book of Revelation, in the book of Revelation, the Lamb of God is in the midst of the children of Israel. So this is to say there's been some finagling, as we know with the New Testament. And this is also to say that those who preach the gospel of the New Testament must have the root of it coming out of the Old Testament prophecies. Returning to the subject of the two nations, Israel and Judah. In Genesis 15, the Lord makes a covenant with Abraham soon after he tells Abraham about his seed being in bondage for 400 years. In the same day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, Unto thy seed I have given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the river Euphrates. Not only does the Lord promise land to Abraham's seed, but he also declares that through them, Abraham's seed, the nations of the earth will be blessed. Are all the nations being blessed by the so-called state of Israel? No, not in the least. The nations are right now assembling into camps and cliques in preparation for the great war that the Honorable Louis Farrakhan taught and warned us about. No blessings at all taking place among these groups here of European imposters masquerading as God's chosen people. The book of Hebrew in the New Testament mentions a new covenant involving Christ, which is first described in the book of Jeremiah. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. The house of Israel and the house of Judah now represents Abraham's seed, and they refer to the black people of the Western Hemisphere in its fulfillment. The house of Israel is the black people of America, while the house of Judah is the black people of the West Indies. How is this? The answer is both historical and prophetic. Historically, the first black people brought from Africa went directly to Jamestown, Virginia in 1555. It was later on that the slave ships settled in the West Indies and many black people were brought to the United States from there. Therefore, both houses, blacks in the U.S. and blacks in the West Indies, have been colonized, terrorized, and oppressed by the Caucasian people of the Western Hemisphere, which continues at this very moment. Prophetically, Revelation 5 declares that the Lamb of God is the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Now, as already stated, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan fulfills key aspects of the Davidic narrative in the Bible. As we know, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan has his roots in the West Indies, Judah. His mother was from St. Kitts and his father from Jamaica. This is how he is the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, who prevails to open the secret book from the one on the throne, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Again, to all the preachers of Christianity, since Jesus of 2,000 years ago did not fulfill this prophecy, then to whom can you point the people to who fulfills it? I hope you will carefully consider what I have just represented to you, because as stated in my previous message, the Christ comes to crush this wicked world. And I know the Christ that I am representing to you, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, will in fact accomplish that. May Allah continue to bless you and your families. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum.